Yeah, hello, we're here at Shoe Healer, and we have a pair of these Red Wing shoes. It says on the label there, Red Wing shoes, and these are very crude, aren't they? These, Paul. What do you think? All right, they're a boot then, smart ass. But when you look inside them, no lining, nice leather, nice stout leather insole on them. You know, people love these Red Wings, and they're just a little bit crude. That boot for me is lovely. I wouldn't personally wear it. I would do what this gentleman's going to do. He sent these in for a repair. We're not even a repair, a conversion. And he's having Dainite on, is he, Paul? Yep. Paul's nodding away there. So Paul has stripped this one. Is what? A really thick midsole on them. So they didn't have a midsole before. This is obviously the sole that they had on, Vibram. Paul's machined it all down, pulled it all off, left the stitches in. He's going to take the stitches out. That's all the beautiful cork. The seat piece there, look, unfortunately, that is, what is it? Can't say cardboard. You can't say cardboard. Conti board, something like that. Listen, it's just on the seat piece. It's just a bit of trim. It's not the end of the world. We don't like to see it really, but it's not the end of the world. But we're seeing it more and more on lots of other shoes as well that might not have had it in the past. So Paul has he's taken the heel off. That's a heel that's come off this big, heavy chunk of rubber. He's taken the Vibram sole off, which is quite flexible. When you see it on there, it looks quite tough, but in the flesh, just on its own, look at that. It's lovely. Lovely sole that is, but it is quite stout. But it doesn't have the beautiful look. So you don't need to see this repair. You just need me to blaze through it because you've seen all this before. Paul's machined all the top of the stitches down, pulled the heel stack off, pulled the sole off. He's going to put a beautiful midsole, thick midsole in there. Then he's going to put a Dainite sole unit, you think, yeah? Dainite sole unit, and then a beautiful leather heel stack, and then a beautiful Dainite heel. And it will lift this boot so much. It just, it's like getting that car that's got the wrong wheels on it, and you suddenly put the right wheels on it, and it looks superb. This here, look at that, look, just look down there, look. And that heel stack looks a bit low, doesn't it? It could stand a little bit more height there, can't it? Yeah? Yeah, Paul's nodding away like a donkey. Yeah, so he's going to have a lovely leather midsole through here, a Dainite sole, stitched back on, leather heel stack, and the heel on, and it'll be pinned through the inside, yeah? So that will, for me, lift this boot. It will make it look so much nicer. How much is a pair of these Red Wings? How much should they be? Because let's not, the materials, Vibram materials, the leather here on them is a little bit tough, this leather, but it's nice stuff. No lining, so it's a little bit cheaper to make than, I would say that boot, if that boot had a full retail price, and of course nobody wants to pay full retail nowadays, there's always somebody somewhere doing a deal. I would say that boot is 300 and not quite 350, 335 on that boot. And at 335, that's absolute max on it. Now, somebody's bought this boot, 335, and then they're spending 150 quid, having it 140, 50 quid, having it converted to a Dainite, and getting the lovely leather heel stack and a lovely leather midsole. Look at the boot. Look at the proportion of upper to sole thickness. Yeah? That's the bit that gets me. The size of the heel and the proportion. All this upper and then just that much sole. It just...
I want to go with thickness of the heel. I'm a 19 mil or something like that.
Yeah, but, get a nice midsole through there. Get it jacked up. Get it jacked up a little bit. That's the term. Jacked up. Anyway, we will come back to it. It will. We will come back to it when Paul's done it. We don't need to see him do this. Like I say, he's just going to bond this onto there. He's going to bond the sole unit on. He's going to trim it off. He's going to stitch it. He's going to put his heel stack on. He's going to put his top piece on. And then we'll have a look at it. Okay, so we'll get back to you then. Okay, the job is done. Look at that. Come in, have a look. Midsole. top sole on there. We've jacked it up a little bit, give it a little bit deeper profile at the bottom there. I hope that's coming through on the video. But that looks so much nicer. Lovely leather heel stack in there instead of a big block of a rubber heel, which probably wears really well, but just doesn't look anything like as nice. So that's those there done. Absolutely gorgeous. Great conversion. And yeah, lovely boot really. You know, just, you know, and nobody'll, no lining, just a little bit crude. Yeah, we all think that, don't we? These boots here, they're, you know, work boots made into a fashion boot. But fabulous, lovely job. Hope the customer's happy. Great repair by Paul again.